I don't know who let MiHoYo caught, but the 4.1 update is by far one of the best updates Genshin has gotten in a long time. We don't get the typical new characters, banners, and story, but they are dropping so much in this update. But no one has enough time to watch 1.5 hour live stream, so that's why I'm condensing everything you need to know in 5 minutes or less. So this is everything new coming to 4.1. First, the release date. 4.1 will release on September the 27th. That's when you can get your hands on Nouvelle as well as Hu Tao, because that's who is going to be available in Phase 1. Now, Nouvelle, I wasn't a fan of Nouvelle until I witnessed his gameplay. His gameplay truly is a blessing. The Genshin just did the biggest Dragon Ball Z crossover. They straight up gave a Genshin character a Kamehameha. His burst looks insane. Whatever, this move looks insane. I was a die-hard Withersley fan, but I can't lie, I may be joining you in simping over Nouvelle because, my god, this is crazy. It does seem like they are pushing Nouvelle a lot more than everyone else. My boy Withersley is kind of being pushed to the side, don't know how I feel about that. Next we have Withersley and Venti. Now, what can I say? Withersley has a lot more fans for a very obvious reason. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, he's the very first Cryo Catalyst user, and I don't know why, but any character that punches enemies is automatically my favorite. I've been waiting for Withersley since the day I laid eyes on that beautiful man. But unfortunately, Nouvelle is now also in the picture. I am sorry, Withersley. This is a very awkward situation. Anyway, he basically punches things. He's a 5-star Haiju. I can't wait. I love Cryo. I love Haiju. I love punching things. He's a character I'm going to be pulling for. Are you going to be pulling for him? On top of that, we are being blessed with 2 new 5-star weapons. The Tome of Eternal, and someone told me today it's going to have an insane 88% crit damage. I'm going to say 88%. What? The second 5-star weapon is the Cash Flow Supervision, which is a decent 22% crit rate. Don't know how I feel about that, but it's okay. But no one's pulling for that. Everyone wants the Tome of Eternal instead. Here we go, the good stuff. The Archon Quest. We got arrested. Yes, boys, we got arrested. Good stuff. Now, apart from the fact that these mugshots are absolutely hilarious and you can't tell me otherwise, we get Archon Quest Act 3 to the Star Shining in the Depth, as well as Act 4, Cataclysm's Quickening. But you know what's more important about the Archon Quest? Withersley abducted some kids. Yes, I'm pretty sure he has abducted Linny and Lynette. So maybe Withersley should turn himself in for kidnapping some kids. Probably did that in a white van giving out some candy, and Linny the idiot probably fell for it. Don't do that, Withersley. Don't kidnap kids. Talking about Withersley, he is getting a story quest as well as Nouvelle. That is not even where it stops, because we're not getting 1 new region. We're not getting 2 new regions. We are getting 3 new regions. The first one is the ruins of the Fontaine Research Institute. I think it's that flying cube. I don't know. Could be wrong. Second is the Fortress of Maripede, which I think is the prison we are going to be staying at. Hey, maybe we'll bump into Child. And thirdly, we have a secret underwater cave. I don't know much about it, but yeah, I think we are going to get the secret underwater cave. That's all I gotta say. We have a lot more to go through, but I'm just going to quickly talk about the events because we might as well get them out the way. We're getting 4 events. One about Klee, where she's going to be doing Klee stuff, blowing stuff up. We have something called the Radiant Harvest, Peaks and Throws of Life, as well as the Overflowing Mastery. I will just overlay some gameplay of all of this stuff. Pretty obvious what they do. They're just decent looking mini games to get you through, which is going to give us some nice amount of pre gems like usual. But onto the main event, which is more interesting because it's taking part in Liyue. You know that small place that we never go to anymore? Well, we're going back because they have a poetry gala hosted by, guess who? Hu Tao and Venti. Now, that's probably the worst combination to host this event, because I don't think we've all moved on from Hu Tao's rap. And Venti's probably drunk in the corner during the event. You know Venti, I would not put him in charge of anything. I don't know how he's the Archon. I always forget Venti's the Archon actually. The event is called Waterborne Poetry, contains 3 new events, but we get a free 4-star. The Ballad of the Boundless Blue. Probably why people are going to play it. But hey, it should be pretty funny seeing Hu Tao and Venti again. But onto some bigger news. We get 2 new bosses. So I think we have like 4 new bosses in Fontaine. They keep dropping these bosses faster than I can actually play them. We have an experimental field generator. It looks like a Beyblade. That's all I can say about it. And a Millennial Pearl Seahorse. That name does not suit that boss. That boss does not look like a pleasant pearl seahorse. That looks like a creature of mass destruction. They gotta rename it. I believe you will get the character materials for Withersley and Nuvalet. Obviously, Nuvalet gets the cooler boss, and you get Withersley's material from the Beyblade. But not only do we get new bosses, we get new enemies. We get 2 new Fatui enemies, I believe, the Frost Operative and the Wind Operative, as well as some new Clockwork enemies, because we love to see those, because they're pretty cool. I quite like the Clockwork enemies. What do you guys think? But anyway, more importantly, storage. The devs just said themselves, Genshin takes a whopping 215 gigs. You know how much that is? A quarter of a terabyte. You know what? And the devs finally noticed. They're like, hey, you know, maybe we should think about not having an absurd amount of storage. Maybe it'd be a good idea. So they finally talked about that issue. They're not going to do anything yet, but it took them 215 gigs to notice it. So that's something. But you know what I am interested in is those anniversary rewards. We get an event called Bathing in the Flowing Moonlight. What does that even mean? I don't care, because it gives us 10 intertwined fates by just logging in every day. I believe so. As well as 1,600 Primo Gems instantly via the mail, a little octopus pet that is able to follow us underwater, so you don't get too lonely down there. His name is very fittingly called the Itty Bitty Octo Baby. Everyone seems to love this pet, but I got a hot take. He looks kinda ugly. I am sorry for everyone I just offended there. But most importantly, the most important point I will be making in this video, and I will fight you on this. We are getting a portable bubble gun. Mind blown. That's all I need in Genshin. See ya.